Okay, looks like I'm live. So it's been a long time since I've played, and I mostly know that because almost all of my Twitch VODs have expired. So however long they are supposed to last is about how long it's been since I've played. It's probably something like 20 days. But I'm back now, back to Castile, the Global Inquisition. I've got my list of achievements I'm going for, most of which are fairly passive, 2 of which require me to be Spain. One of which is a little trickier. It may depend on some League War stuff. Hey, Santian. You found me pretty quick. How you doing? I just spent like 20 minutes refamiliarizing myself with the map because it's been so long. I wanted to attack France. That's what I remember doing. I remember hovering on France and thinking I was being annoyed that I waited until they got their alliance with Austria. And they severely outnumber me, so my options are either wait for British backup in like 4 years, because the English have a truce with them right now, or wait until they get embroiled in another war, maybe something that breaks up them in Austria, or I could attack them now. Yeah, man, it's been a bit. It's good to see you again. I could attack them now, and I'm quite good, by the way. And I've noticed a little something, and it's a little risky. If I do attack them now, there's a small chance Austria can't join, because Austria is at war with Tuscany, and depending on which of them accepts first, the other one won't be able to join the war because they'll be at war with members of my war. So either I'll get like Brabant, Tuscany, and France, which I'll be able to steamroll, or I'll get Brabant and Austria and France, which will provoke a very long and drawn out and painful war. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I will have a colonial nation soon, and in like 15 years I can go hit Portugal a second time and have been primed for vassalization. I intend to make them do my colonizing for me, if possible. I could just wait and play the colonial game. Portugal. No, it's just a weak claim. I don't want to give France the chance to expand further, but ooh, wait. So France should be at odds with Papal State. Okay, maybe not. Even though they have claims. Not rival. They got a lot of penalties, but they're both buddying up to each other because it's mutually beneficial. I'd love for them to go to war, because Austria would get pulled into one of them. I think I saw that both Austria and France were kind of low on manpower. Austria's got 7,000, but they've got 41. Austria has 41,000 total troops with a force limit of 47. Either they're richer than I think, or they're going to be in severe debt. France has 29,000 with a force limit of 39. So alone, they're less than me. About the same amount of manpower reserve. They have a lot of mercenaries too, so they're paying. Honestly, don't know what's best. Austria is the emperor, so a war involving them, even if they didn't have a path of people they like all the way to me, would be painful. I wish I knew what their war exhaustion was. Is there a way to see that easily? Ah, 0.37 war exhaustion. At least that's how it translates to military rating. It's not very much. Actually, I could probably just see it here. Minus 22 from war exhaustion. But they love the French. Apparently that's a pattern with this version of the game. The French and the Austrians buddy up really hard. I'm already over my diplomatic relations limit, so I don't want to make a lot of allies, especially if it's a risk whether or not they'll actually join me in a war. It's between Auvergne, who I'd like to integrate, and Aragon, who I'd like to feed a huge portion of France to. I do have 3 claims. That would give me direct access to the heart of France and reduce my reliance on... well, I don't rely on England anymore. I can just walk through Aragon, that's right. Yeah, I think one of the last things I did was get my personal union, the Iberian wedding, fired. Which gave me 3 unions, which a little more than I bargained for. I gotta wait 50 years to get rid of that. Okay, so it's apparently been 8 years since I got the union. Yeah, suppose I just play the colonial game. Get my ideas going, catch up in tech. It may be wise for me to start focusing on military tech. Because I want to keep caught up on that. I know Austria is already ahead of me. I'm on par with France. Papal State's ahead of me. So they have better infantry. I think the safe bet is the colonial game. That'll get me more money and more power. Yeah. If there's anything I like to do, it's play it safe. Let's see, am I at my force limits? A little behind. Genoa is surrendering to everyone. Novgorod's gone. What can I explore? Explore the coast of Ivory Coast. Might as well. Hopefully I'll get that island. I believe it's temperate and unpopulated, so it should be easy to colonize. Nice jumping point to South Africa. Continue the Reconquista. Melilla and Oran under my control. Oran or Melilla, I don't know which. What do I get from this? Morale of armies, 10 years of better morale and recovery speed. That morale of armies is actually really good. Turn St. Thomas into a city for development cost. Now think about these missions. Do I have a colony in St. Thomas? Oh, I do. Okay. Well, that's new. I just arrived. That's right, I remember now. I picked it because there was little risk of an uprising here. What was the risk along this chain? It's pretty small. A little nastier up north. That's fine. I'll start moving. I'll move half of these guys away from the colonies here once I get these. And then expand along the coast a little bit so I can make it self-sustaining. And I'll start making nations all over the place. More nations, more army, more sway. I'm losing money now. Why? What changed? That was quick. "35 months. Are these going to finish before then?" This is only going to increase. I don't know how to accurately gauge this. I think they'll finish before then. I'll let my colony do it. Wait. The Casa de Contratación was established by Isabella I of Castile in 1503 as a government agency to oversee all Spanish colonization. Voyages of exploration and trade had to be approved by it, and all colonial taxes were collected by it. The Casa was also instructed to try and protect secret information on new trade routes and discoveries. Okay. Oh, this is permanent. Very nice. Spain gets crazy good events. Ooh, this is a good chance. I might want to walk over here and just take this. Let these rebels do the sieging. Because they'll have his mill tech, which is 4. Or I could make him a protectorate. Oh, he's Catholic. sure this will be enough to kill him. Especially if they've got this terrible guy over here. Wait till the siege just progressed a bit more. Oh, I don't have a claim, do I? Okay, so... Okay, if I wait long enough, I can just get this and get a CB. Probably next month, I think. If I remember correctly. Okay, one more month. Plenty of time. Let's actually just take another guy down here. I just don't want to risk anything. That would be embarrassing. There we go. Also want to make sure I do my cores. Alright, let's do this. And now he's going to mess with me, but assuming I get the siege first, not that I have any forts, I'm really lucky to land here. Wow, I did. Full annexation, please. All that money you're hoarding. And I could core it, or I could just wait for these to finish and let my colonial nation deal with it. Especially since it's already Catholic. There's no unrest because it's a native. No, nationalism. See, I could get Savoy's opinion up, make them a an ally. They might actually be good against France. I'm getting all my information on France, right? No! Oh, that's important. So Savoy... Surely you hate the French. Well, you're not on great terms. They'd already accepted an alliance. This is one of the few missions that actually gives me points. How strong are you? It's the wrong field. Savoy's got 13,000 men and no manpower. But they have a truce with France. That's a problem. Tuscany would no longer join against France because they are besieged. So I guess that small chance to avoid the Austrians is over. in the past. Portuguese separatists. Alright. Might as well improve my relations with Savoy. Get them my free Diplo points. I've no longer got a place to explore. Ah, this is too far away. How far is, what is this, Fernando Po? It's even further, apparently. Alright, well, Tuscany's gone. Which actually I don't like, because what that means is France will probably look for an alternative ally. What I need is one of my vassals to start claiming things like the Papal State. Or even Genoa. Genoa would be fine. Alright, that's done. That's a center of trade. But I don't think anybody's going to compete with me for it. Man, Papal State hates me. It's really hurting. I need to get them to a state where they aren't rivaled with me. And militarist. Yeah, I'd love it if Naples would put claims on them. I think that'll be a colonial nation. There we go. What do I name it? If anybody's got a suggestion, let me know. Of the one person who might be watching. Hey Foxy, I'm good. How are you? Has been a while. A little too wild. %. Chance. How old is this dude? 61. Okay, so that'll happen soon. Did I do anything noteworthy? Eh. I've been keeping myself busy, but not with anything particularly noteworthy. Foxy, quick, name this nation. I'm gonna run out of time. There you go. Named after you. Congratulations. I think I can rename it now, so. Can you? Can you do that? Isn't that a new feature? I thought there was a way. Place governor. Customize subject. Ah! Yes, I can. Cool. Painfully average. But I hate it when they have 0. I hate zeros. That's fine. Queen Isabel should have a nice long reign ahead of her, if all things go well. And I have a lazy colonist. That's bad. That's pretty bad. Let's see, what's safe? This unrest is gone. I'm gonna shuttle some men around. You got more pictures? I'll take a look at them later, if you're still around. For now. Gotta play Transit Simulator. Oh, this must be a innovation event. Free Diplo. Conquer France. I'm working on it. But one of my weaknesses is I'm not a risk taker, so I'm doing so very cautiously. Well, since you asked so nicely, sure, I'll conquer France. They have this pesky Austrian unholy alliance right now, though, so it's going to be a little bit. Oh, those Portuguese are getting antsy. Let's just take all my men to Porto. Oh, really? That's not enough? I must have already improved relations with them and not noticed. Okay, I need something. Something to make them like me by 10 more? I need a opposite of send. I guess improved relations is the opposite of send insult, isn't it? I was just thinking, send compliment. We have very nice borders. Okay, so I need to give them a little of what I have, and they don't. Like me by 97. So 25 ducats should do the job. Improve relations with Aragon. At least 100. Whoa, what happened to... Oh, the Iberian wedding effect wore off. I thought that was going to be 160 that bled off by 5 a year and that was just going to last a long time. But apparently it's 160, bleeds off by 5 a year, and then just goes away. Seems reasonable. Before that, let's just take a look at France again. The moment Austria is on wheat... Ah, Sweden! Should make out with Savoy's king or queen. I would. I've already got a bit of a relations issue, and it's causing a little bit of liberty desire to go on. So I'd prefer to not do that quite yet. I do want more allies, but having all these personal unions come out of the Iberian wedding. I've got 3 of them out of the Iberian wedding. I've got a vassal, and I plan to take Portugal as a vassal in a while. So Austria's got no war exhaustion anymore. I need more friends that hate France. Or I just need to be patient. Either one. I need my vassals to make claims with impunity. What are my goals? I have a list. So I keep a list of achievements and try to match them up to the ideal campaign to do them in. And this is the big one for me. The most achievements possible, or ideally suited to this campaign. So at every continent, 4 for trade, Imperio Español, Magellan's voyage, Spain as the emperor, world discoverer, neither holy nor German, colonial management, 1 family to rule them all, bleed them dry, subsidize my love, all you are trader belong to us, blackjack, Vasa or Wetton, and full house. Vasa or Wetton I'm not so sure about, but I've got a guy just basically living in Poland. See if it'll happen. But my immediate goal, besides just expanding, is to remove France and occupy, basically just supplant France. If I have this area, who's going to contest me? I want to also vassalize Portugal so they'll colonize for me. Then I can integrate them and get all of that. So I assume they're going to outpace me in military pretty quick at this rate. I haven't taken any military idea groups, so my tech has been okay. So I suppose I'll leave my focus where it is for the moment. Portos. Okay. Let's get my crusade against Oran. Early in the 16th century, Cardinal Francisco Jimenez de Cisneros sites on the North African coast, a region where his religious zeal could find an outlet now that the Reconquista was over in Spain. He personally organized and financed a crusade against the wealthy city of Oran. The port of Mers el-Kabir was captured in 1505, and in 1509 a strong force accompanied by Cisneros himself and led by the condottiere Pedro Navarro finally took Oran in an assault. So I'd just give it free claim. Okay. Neat. I suppose that what that means is when that mission comes up, I could take it. And then this truce is still... Oh, their debt. Their debt is still pretty high. I should launch just a straight-up invasion over here and spend some of that coring cost on just getting a quick colonial nation. Whoa, my naval force limit went way up with those cores. Well, I'm a fan of trade, so... That was the right kind of boat, right? I hate it when I just build galleys by mistake. What a waste of money. Is England really that useful an ally? I usually just take the Isles for myself. Well, as you can see, they're doing pretty well. And at the moment, they are a reliable foe against France. And I'm a little short on those. If it comes down to it, I'll just give them a bunch of transports so we can get their troops over faster. But as long as France has its strong allies, I would like to have a strong navy on my side at the very least. They can handle Sweden on their own. That would be pretty nice. I could do that, or I could take this war exhaustion. Which is like the best thing in innovative, I think. So how much money am I making from that colony? Probably not a lot. I'm guessing like 0.2. A little less. Any plans to backstab England? Well, eventually I'm going to want the mainland. But I don't really currently have plans to go for the Isles. There it is. And there it will go. Where are they going to go? Probably added nationalism, separatism. Which wouldn't have happened if I had an adjacent fort, but so be it. Papal States, the Papal Controller. It's not France anymore, so that's nice. Brabant. Only I could attack Brabant. Or get involved in another war involving Austria. Who hates Austria? Hungary hates Austria, Burgundy hates Austria, Bohemia hates Austria. If I ally Bohemia, they might get into a spat. Yeah, I could invade after a war with France, but I'd prefer to just take France, you know? I don't see a huge benefit to having to split up my attention that far, especially when my goals are more in this area. Capturing Italy and France would basically put me in a position to do whatever the hell I want for the rest of the game. Brabant is allied with France, Nevers, Munster, Trier. It's Trier. Wow, this is just a little nasty little power block in Nevers. Yeah, just these countries. And they are at war. I don't have any more cores to make, do I? Okay. That event actually kind of sucks now because not every place has a fort. So defensiveness isn't going to do a whole lot. Yeah, let's take this. This will prevent some of that liberty desire. Hopefully. Damn. I need somebody else to attack Portugal so I can get them in one shot. I also need to start making claims on them because I can do... Oh, I got 10 years, don't I? Yeah, 1519. The truce with France for England is over. So that's nice. Ooh. Tariff or points? So, okay, tariffs. Let me review for my own sake how this works. So, tariffs. Add liberty desire. Or is that a flat value? What is my profile picture? I can't say I've looked at that in a pretty long time, but I'm guessing it's a character from Homestar Runner's Strong Bad Emails, which was something that if you went to high school about the time I went to high school, it was a fairly popular site. And it's a character from an episode where the character was requested to make a crazy cartoon. That was the entirety of the request. So he did. And there was a character named A. Steve, whose sole purpose was to show up at every episode of this cartoon and go, "Hey, Steve." And my name happens to be Steve. So one day on a forum that I hadn't frequented in a very long time, I stopped in and asked a question, and somebody happened to remember me. And all they did is post that picture. So I've been using it for that purpose ever since. Tunis. Could get Tunis to like me, couldn't I? Big plans for you, Aragon. Big plans. So England would join me now. Austria's still got 42,000 men and has a lot more manpower. What am I looking for? France. France. Blanked out for a bit. France is surprisingly still kind of low on the army front. What do I have to my name? I have 30,000 on the mainland, 15,000 more here, 20,000 more there. So this is basically 20. About 20,000 worth there, 20,000 worth there, 30,000 worth there. So I got like 70,000 troops to my name. So Austria's 40,000 plus France's 30-ish. Match me. Sweden. Is much weaker, considerably. They get their numbers up another 20,000 after the war starts. England has 30,000 right here, but we'll have to transfer them. So if I were to attack France now, I would be outnumbered. Austria could doomstack Naples and Mantua and annihilate them, though. Yep, that's absolutely true. It would be a long and risky war. I'd basically be waiting until either they made the tactical errors that would allow me to occupy all of France, or we were able to knock out Sweden and Austria. Because Austria is the big problem with their 40,000. If they weren't in the picture, this would be very easy. But they absolutely love the French. Luckily, they haven't traded dynasties or anything. God, I want to kill France. I just want to feed them a whole bunch of stuff. I want to feed them Auvergne's claims before they expire again, so I can integrate Auvergne. Which gets rid of one of my vassals. Gives me some land over here. Makes room for a Portuguese vassal, so I don't bleed too many diplo points. They've got to get into a war sometime, right? If they get into another war, and I can jump in, it should go a lot smoother. For example, Austria getting into that war. Why is Hungary helping them? Why? They're rivaled. I don't understand. Austria is attacking Württemberg. Well, they're allied in another war. Okay. Okay, I've got to keep very close attention to this. If the Austrians get enough war exhaustion, it's going to take a lot of war exhaustion though. I don't think Sweden's going to be a big deal, and I think France is kind of weak. So if Austria stays occupied over here for long enough, will they? I really want to try it, but it seems really risky. An Austrian troop count in the ledger. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I only want to take one of these this time. Story of my life, Foxy. Story of my life. Oh, Siut has been added to this. Should be fine if I go into Portugal. Okay, St. Thomas is done. If you don't take risks, you get nowhere in real or in the game. Yep, and that's where I am. It sounds super obvious when you say it. Activate all forwards. Ah. Okay. Let's get some better infantry. One of my strengths is morale as Spain, so I think, right? Discipline. Does discipline help morale? Is there a place to see that? Wow, my army tradition is garbage. Do want at least one defensive pip, so let's do that. Did I not send this guy? Oop. My bad. See how Brazil's doing. They convert yet? Oh yeah, they did. Cord up. They're not colonizing yet. Embargoing Morocco. Why am I not embargoing other people? Because I think power projection also gives morale. Yep, tiny bit. Ah, okay, they're helping Austria in their other war now. In that war. So, Austria is beginning to deplete. France too. Go away, please. Interesting bug. France. So Portugal's not expanding further. Don't know if that's good or bad for me right now. It's good because they don't give me an additional cost in annexing them. It's bad in that once I, not annexing, vassalizing, once I do vassalize them, I need them to expand more. So I might end up giving them land back. Else it kind of defeats the purpose. Colonize the South Continent. At least one province in La Plata. Sounds good to me. Okay. Another thing. Do I really want a shipyard here? Oh, I have room for other... Okay, when I looked at this, I hadn't cored it yet, and then I forgot about it. But what was interesting to me is it needed a trade building, because it's got an estuary. Can't believe I forgot about that for so long. Bront is gaining some debt, but it's apparently very minor to them. 153 in debt. That must be one loan's worth. Seems awfully low, doesn't it? My loans are much bigger, which suggests to me my income is much bigger. Not that I know how loans are calculated, per se. Austria also has no manpower left. How do I like being a sugar cookie fox? No, it's treated me pretty well so far. See where it goes. So, war goal. Where are France's forts? One there, none in the places that I want to take. I think, if anything, this is the time to go. How big is Brabant's army? 8,000. I don't even like France that much. Or maybe they like me. Oh, they just like me. England, you've still got a bunch of transports, right? Please tell me you didn't get rid of them. 13, good. And France has, like, no navy, so actually I don't have to worry about that. The only naval power that can bother me is Sweden here. Do I like sugar cookies? Sometimes. I'm more of a chocolate chip fan. Keep the relevant questions coming. Station troops in Poitou. Certainly could. I'm still deciding if I want to go. I'm not even at max manpower, and I am losing money. Although Foxy Brazil is continuing to feed me more at an increased rate. I love how Portugal can't get an alliance. Oh, they got a Regency Council too. Poor suckers. My manpower is going to deplete immediately in this war if I do it. So what's going to happen here? The Württemberg War is going to end fairly soon. The Ferraran War will likely also end. If I ally with Ferraran now, will they call me in? Do I care? No, I don't care. No, because 30 months have passed. Ah. Could be. I've been pausing a lot, so I'm not even sure if that's true. Liberty Desire is getting kind of nasty. Need those naval and colonial range. Yeah. Could also raise some more troops. Alright, if you really want me to choose something for you to draw me your interpretation of Queen Isabel de Trastamara, Savior of Castile. Flanking range, Schwartz Rider, Culverins. Yeah, Austria's kind of nasty. So France is in the Württemberg War. Do I know where they are? It's not a very big war. French army's over there. Yes, Queen Isabel is the queen. Draw her as well as you like. I'm not expecting a portrait to put on my wall. Not much of a decorator anyway. That reminds me, I gotta put my cake poster back up. The cake from Portal, not the band. Austria is certainly not going to fall out of this war. So if I start now, they'll be distracted for a good portion of it. Although those wars might end soon. So I have to take action fast. I need to push my way to Brabant as quickly as possible and get them out of the war. And I have to ensure that I occupy as much of France as possible before the Austrians can get to me. I'm going to do it. This might be a terrible idea, but I think I can pull it off. I have to be careful, and I have to rely a lot on mercenaries. The war goal will be Perigord is not protected by a fort. So there's an appeal to that. Toulouse is also right there. You should probably be aware of where my forts are. Okay, so they got forts all over right here, so that's really nice. In the hills and mountains. High defensiveness. Cessation of church functions. Noble families are often granted control over church lands, and appointments were made in many states in exchange for such contribution to the crown's efforts. The crown, of course, lost control over some revenues this way in exchange for a short-term boost in revenue. Gain a stability for 20 papal influence. Well, considering papal influence usually comes at the cost of I already know what it is, but I want to make the point. 100 papal influence? That seems awfully fair. Oh, I can actually kind of convert that now. Alright, I can see his provinces now. His war exhaustion is rising. The Austrian war exhaustion is becoming more notable as well. I feel that I ought to be ready with more troops. So let's go ahead and build up to force limit. And infantry. My terribly misbalanced armies. I guess infantry is more important anyway. Let's take Toulouse. Lyonnais. It's beautiful. Auvergne has another claim. Very nice. Yeah, Auvergne's getting this too. So these 4 provinces are my goal, ultimately. That'll bisect France, and hopefully get me what I need out of them, which is to weaken them enough. I also need to break the Austrian alliance at whatever cost. Everybody's low on manpower. And if I take enough land, he won't be able to afford a lot of his troops. Wow, England's debt is still crazy high. And they have low manpower. Why is their manpower giving them a detriment here? Does it not count in defensive wars? Nobody seems to care over here. Let's do this before I think about it too much. I can cut back on colonial expenses if need be. Let's lower the speed, shall we? There goes the French Navy. Sadly, they don't really have cannons, so taking land is going to get a little expensive. It's not going to rise up, is it? Good. There's Brabant. Do I have access through you? Nobody's got access through you. That's correct, right? Yeah. Wow, I can get clear through them. That's pretty good. This also means I get the pleasure of looting them. Do I want another military leader? I am matching them on Miltech already. Let's set my vassals for the moment. To all be aggressive. I want to just capture as much land as possible. Where is... Okay. Naples is coming. Which is good. Oh, no. No, they're fighting the French. Well, that's French manpower down. That's fine. Everything is fine. Oh, god, the French. Okay. So, you guys are going to come up here, actually. I'll redirect you up in a moment. The military tradition is terrible, but maybe it'll get me something that'll help against that. Not amazing. So he's going to go and try to attack Aragon, which is fun. Oh, he's going to go for England. Okay. So I'm going to have to back England up. Or perhaps I will have to be backed up. But this is in Auvergne, so... Charlie. Farmlands. Back to Nevers. Nevers. Leaders without upkeep. Am I paying for an extra leader right now? Yeah, let's do that. Save me some mill points. I have another leader. Oh, one of them is the naval. The exploder. Ah, okay. Let's check out Mexico, shall we? Let's see if I can't go get Brabant out. The faster that happens, the faster this ends. Hopefully he doesn't come down here for this. In fact, let's encourage some attachments. Need to deal with that French deck before they get back up. Yeah, but that would mean surrendering the siege, which they're going to try to take now anyway. Let's see if I can't knock Brabant out of this before they do anything else. So leave that there. Send the smallest army there. Send you there. Send you there. Oh, what happened here? Oh, Austria. Austria is now full up on mercenaries. Yeah, I can't really afford to let them group up, can I? So let's do this. Well, apparently I'm not allowed. Oh, they're so close to dropping out of this. Something I'm really bad at is backing up my allies so I keep my armies together. So this is going to cost everyone on my side very dearly, the way I've been managing it. Oh, what's this? Moroccan separatists, they'll be fine. We're gonna switch them to supportive as well. Hopefully the AI will want to join me. Now I assume this means that, yeah, all the Austrian wars are over. Austria is not too keen on piecing out quite yet. At all. So let's see if I can't do something to knock Brabant out faster. We're so close. If I can manage the siege, it'll be over. We lost a claim. Oh, that's fine. Jesus. Well, I knew it was going to be painful. Did I ever know it was going to be painful? Hopefully this fresh morale is enough. Crap. Suppose I can still win if it's a really good roll. Whew. Okay. Everybody's enthusiasm is still awfully high. The Swedes have nowhere to be seen so far, I think. Let's not give them a moment to recuperate. Hopefully it'll raise their war exhaustion enough. Oh, they're coming back already. Those 10-to-1s wherever you can. Okay, this guy doesn't need to be there anymore. What are these guys doing? Luckily, the Austrians seem to be a little occupied over here, just sitting around. And the English aren't shipping over, which is an issue. Maybe if I encourage them to take a specific piece of land? No. Go for Paris. Oh, sweet, they have rebels. No? Well. Either way, let's get them out of this. Their war score is coming from some battles and Auvergne. And Auvergne? Should be the war goal, right? Toulouse? Taking Paris would be nice, but we probably need to get Austria out of the war more than anything. So it might be wise just to head straight to Austria. French are probably in a good bit of debt too. Austria's only got a little bit of debt. I think that was 3 or 2. I don't remember if they're worth 0.03 or 0.02 apiece. And France has slightly more. So what would it take to get rid of the Austrian? Their war exhaustion is awfully high. I can head all the way to Wien. But I'd much rather sit in the mountains. So I'm going to go to Tyrol. That's the gold as well. Maybe what I'll do is head over here and save Mantua first. It's going to cost me a lot of manpower, and I'm going to have to reinforce this with mercenaries soon. Ooh, that was almost really bad. It's a lot of men just sitting there doing nothing. Man. Oh, it's this whole 40,000 just being over here. I think I've got enough men to handle it. It's just that where'd they all go? All that down there? Seriously, that's the path you have to take? Oh, this could be bad. 4th of August, 2nd of August, so I will arrive first. So I need everybody here, like now. It's so slow. I can't possibly win. Nope, everybody's gotta leave. Straight up lost. Lost that cavalry. I'm actually gonna just delete it. And I... what? Okay. Yep, I should have just been patient. We'll see what happens here. If the English would actually help at all, this would be going far better. But they just don't want to help. On the plus side, my army tradition is not growing at all. That's interesting. Alright, let's look at this. What do I need to get Austria out of this? Length of war is going to be a big deal. They don't personally have much war score with me, so they're not going to get much. Would they take anything from me? They would want Mantua. 126 ducats. All honesty, would that be so bad? I think I can get a better deal if I continue to wait a bit, though. Or the English are over here. Great. Could be worse, honestly. I love my war exhaustion being so low. And the reason for that is that I'm losing 0.5 a month from optimism. I can cut this military access. Length of war is only going to get worse for them. These guys are loyal, but they're not fighting at all, which is a huge problem. Okay, there we go. I have a goal. England, I would really love it if you took Paris. Take all of this if you want. Whatever happened to that stack? Oh, I never moved him. Well, let's bring him in. That's not good. See if I can entice him into the mountains a bit. Hello, DJ Rock. He's bringing the whole army. Why does my cat always pick Twill when I'm doing this to make as much noise as possible? Okay, so they're gonna have their whole army right here, they've decided. So I'm gonna leave. Do you play with other people? I've actually never played a multiplayer game. Someday I will. I haven't been very interested in playing with just random people, and I have only one friend who's hard to pin down that would actually play with me. Okay, so I can't afford to do this, so Well, you guys are going to go here now. So that stack's going to come for me. Or he's going to go back down there. Yeah, we'll do this. Just keep an eye on him. Oh, the 2 stack that landed there. Well. Okay. That's finished, right? Well, might as well go get those. It's getting less. Length of war is actually dropping. What the hell is that about? Expanding so soon. I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean colonizing, it's 1515. This is well into the colonial age. For Iberians. Shit. God damn it. Just can't win with these guys. Is that Polish king still alive? Oh, that's a different one. And their willingness to end the war is steadily dropping. Oh, length of war is negative. Okay, I was reading that wrong. So that is slowly getting more in my favor. Okay, luckily France still is fighting a bit over here. And Austria is actually giving France the land, which is also good because that means that Austria won't have the direct war score attributed to them. I'm guessing he's buying down his war exhaustion? A little bit. Okay, England at least is starting to move his troops over. And dying, but, you know, it's happening. Is he selling his troops? Okay, he is coming for me again. Which means I have to be ready to back up whichever stack he goes for. I think this will cause him to get this back, but I don't want to lose another one stack to nothing. He's going for this, so I have to abandon this siege. Go back. He is selling troops. Oh, that's a really good sign. Heragord. Okay, they took that back. That's fine. So, Austria, tell me a little more about yourself. 31,000. He's dropped about 10,000 troops, many of whom are mercenaries. He's probably going to go for the stack, which should actually be super smart for him since I can't back it up. So I can't go that way though, which is kind of weird. But he's not actually coming there, so... Oh, I lost the siege progress. Where can I go from here? I can go there. I guess the smart thing to do is... take all this and go here instead. Because if he attacks, I would have been screwed. I'm just gonna go kill this. Got a positive income again, which is a really good sign, but I have no troops. So I need to take this and start building mercenaries here. And then consolidating my army. The reason I'm making money again is that I can't reinforce, so I'm not paying for it. And still I lose men to attrition. Can't reinforce those anyway, so goodbye. Oh, good. England is finally in Paris with a lot of troops. They probably won't be able to do anything with it, but at the very least, they'll provide a distraction for France. Come on, give me Tyrol. Cannot afford to reinforce all this. Let's go take that though. This will probably lure them up again, which would be fine, especially if this stack moved. Nope, but I didn't see the stack in Rome. There we go, now I don't have to pay for that anymore. Or rather, that will pay me. Got taxes, but I think I still get the production. Certainly the trade value. So can't afford the morale of armies hit, so I guess Soria is getting a little bit of a penalty. Come on, I need the siege to complete. Oh wow! Whatever happened here, we're gaining control again. Just the Paris gambit worked, although now we're back. Hold off on taking up for now. I don't plan to take any land for myself directly, so taking admin is fine. Diplo I might need some of. Come on, I need this fort. Give me Tyrol. Austria slowly edges toward wishing to surrender. What's this? Ah, that's a loss. Kind of afraid England's going to drop out. It'll be manageable if Austria drops out around the same time, preferably first. free missionary strength, okay. Don't want to take less, or more expensive national tax modifier. Alright, I can either let them siege down there, or I can take my army here and split off a few, start sieging Treviso. As expected, I think that's going to draw them back. Of course, he's selling his army. Finish the siege. White piece is what I'm hoping for, man. But they gotta want it first. French are losing some ground. Just a war of attrition over there. It's not working in my favor, but a lot of this war score they have is from 18 from defender controls Toulouse, which I can quickly rectify. National unrest, huh? What's my unrest at? It's not amazing, I'll tell you that much. Can't afford the manpower. Five years of lower taxes. It's over a ducat a month for 5 years. I think it's the lesser evil at the moment. Doesn't seem to have hurt me much. Come on, get to roll. Yes! Okay. That's huge. That means I can push. I want my cavalry to stay behind and heal up a bit. Okay, that was pretty big. Oh, they seem to be coming back though. So I guess this isn't going to happen. Or is it? I can't make up their minds either. Okay, England pieced out. That's bad. It's pretty bad. Hey, Tomato. How's it going? Maybe worth it to beeline for Wien. Or Wien, or however it's pronounced. He's gonna come straight at me again. He just wants this one unit. So I can stand here and at least cover both sides, I suppose. Seems I should leave this war soon. Yeah, if I want to get anything at all out of it, I have to get Austria out. There's no... Why is it black flagged? There's just no way around it. To do that, wow, he just got a whole bunch of enthusiasm back. Oh, God. This is brutal. They're absolutely adamant that they take Mantua. They're even sitting on it to make sure they control it. Which all in all is okay by me. Well then. Was it just me, or does it look like there's nothing being produced here? Yeah, their enthusiasm just bumped back to high for some reason. Alliance war score. Basically, they're seeing the French doing alright, and they decided, hey, let's just keep going. Next thing is I've got the gold mine. Ooh, he lost the emperorship. That's pretty good. It's very good. Okay, this can all back itself up. So wherever the hell he's going. Ah, he's in another war now. That's a really good sign. So I'm going to say, Naples, go take that for me, will you? He's going to come for the 7 stack. Which is in the mountains. Maybe not. Which is I want to keep this province. I need to be able to back up my allies. Oh, nice, he's got cannons. Royal marriage with England ended. Resolve that problem. Come on, Austria. A lot of their war score is coming from their occupations, so if they weren't so damn good at sieging, apparently. They like started at -20 or something rather than -60 like I do. Haha, I got Treviso. That's really good. That's really good, really good. It's not enough, but it's still really good. Can't attack them there because it's mountains. I can take a little more land from him and buy time. It did tech up over me, which is probably where part of my issues are coming from. Why do I have military access with Hungary? Oh, right. Freely. Ah, jeez. When it rains. Hey, Sandarug. Just in case this doesn't win. Gotta back it up. The forts are complicating things a little bit. Admittedly, Austria is very difficult to invade now. Luckily, France still isn't making a lot of gains. A lot of that war score can be flipped right away. You know what? Screw that. Backing up. We're taking Mantua back. Napoli. How many men will this take to siege? Garrison 3,000. Don't remember how that works. He doesn't have enough men here. The fact that France just walks headlong into a larger Aragonese army and starts with a huge morale bonus. What does that say? I can, oh man, I can use Mantua's men as cannon fodder to gain manpower. Okay, sure. What are they going to do about it? They're so loyal. So I need Mantua to fall. It's worth a huge bit of war score against Austria. It'd be nice if Naples would fall too, but I don't see myself being able to influence that very well. And the defensiveness here is insane. Okay, we got a breach. And we lost Tyrol. Pretty big hit to me. Probably going to go straight to Mantua. If they don't, I'll go straight to Tyrol. The tedium of war. I'm going to refrain from colonizing for the moment. Oh, what's this? Doing pretty well. Let's go land over here. Hopefully I'll remember when that happens. This feels tedious to me. Why are there so many people watching? It baffles me. Oh, those Moroccans coming. Still nice and slow. Good. Come on, Mantua. Free up. Alright, Mantua's liberated. Austria will peace out now. You enjoy watching me fuck up Europe, including my own lands. Okay, Austria will get out. I'm not going to be greedy, although I want to at this point, because it cost me so much. But I think it's better if they're just not in this war anymore. And now I can just straight up go wreck France with what I have left. I like how Sweden's got high enthusiasm, but hasn't actually participated in this war to my knowledge. The English probably destroyed their navy or something. So it appears my vassals have managed to retain status quo over here, pretty much. Those hills. How's the French army look now? I haven't paid much attention to them in a while. It's still pretty good. Let's switch over the war score a bit, shall we? I take Toulouse, they lose 25 war score right off the bat, and so it's ticking in my favor. And if they take it back, it'll tick away from their favor. Never end. Excellent. Okay, bam. Suddenly, doesn't look grim anymore. It's all about that Austria. These guys don't need to be here. I can't get there without going all the way around. Where's the rest of the French army? They're involved in the Alsace War, so that's good. I might want to smash this at my earliest convenience, just so he can't recombine it with his bigger stack. Oop, don't do that. Huh. What do we have here? Aragon? We have Aragon. Okay, I'm going to wait here a moment. Oop, maybe not there. That's nasty attrition. We're going to retake Navarra, and then we're going to pincer on Bern. There's the Truce of Portugal. This went a lot longer than I had hoped. Who needs manpower? That is a very large number of troops that is unnecessarily saddled with these extra troops, extra men. Alright, so we're going to go all out, take down France, take as much as possible from them. Hopefully cripple them forevermore. Tell my vassals it's time to be aggressive. Will you even get land from France if you win the war? I will absolutely get land from France. So the whole point of this war is to take land from France. Alright, a Cape. A peace offer from France. They want me to pay 90 ducats. They're willing to settle for 90 ducats now. Nope. That's not happening. New Miltech says otherwise. What is this? Minimally, I'm taking these three. Ooh, I got another claim. These 4 provinces and this province. That's the goal. Get all the claims for my vassals. Auvergne will be annexed at the end of this, for which I should be improving relations. inflation? Yes, please. That's probably getting up there, isn't it? It's actually not that bad. There we go. Mountains? You can hold on to your mountains. You just sold some troops. Oh, Aragon's got this. Aragon's been a champ. They were more effective than England at keeping this border relatively intact. I can't pass because this fort. Let's go take the fort then. Do you like the updates with castles? Yeah, it makes war a lot more interesting and a lot harder. The Austrian war would have been a lot easier if I could have just carpet sieged them. Isabel has become renowned for our country's artistic achievements and blossomed economy. Isabel's been renowned for everything. She brought this country out of a dumpster after the terrible leaders that you start with. Base tax, military power, or diplomatic power in Granada. We're all good. Don't need any ideas. I do need... Don't need Miltech. I wouldn't mind getting the base manpower though. But I'm the most far behind in dip. So I'm gonna go for that. Plus I'll need it for integration. One of my major concerns for this expansion, which I voiced before, was that the forts were going to make it nearly impossible to kill larger nations. Because in the past you could have a relatively even force and invade France and hit them, like in Perigord, and then push all the way to Paris to kill their stack. If you had the, I don't know, the wherewithal to do it, the resources. But the fort system stops you from crossing the country like that. But it doesn't seem to have become as big an issue as I had feared, so. How long has this war been going on? 8 years so far. 77 months to do that, but they are at risk of rebelling. The Portuguese separatists are also starting to get antsy again. I don't suppose Portugal lost anything that would make them less expensive to take. Oh, and I gained something. Another colony, I suppose. You know, it might not hurt to claim and take one. I'm also getting pretty good income right now, so St. Helena wouldn't be a bad colony to take. That would let me bounce to the Cape. It's just nice that I don't have to guard anything. Well, that's it. In the works. And then I've got to take something in La Plata, and then I've got to finish my colony in the Caribbean. While I lick my wounds from all the wars. You have one problem with the patch. If you go single player and then want to go multiplayer, it's not possible. You can't load up a single player game in multiplayer if it's not Iron Man anymore. Could have sworn you could do that before. Hell yeah, I want prestige. It's actually super important for me to keep my prestige up. Not for the morale, but so because I have 3 personal unions I want to maintain. And if I dip below 10 and my ruler dies, I am losing a lot. Aragon, what are you doing? Alright, to Paris. I think since I'm doing that, I can afford to do this. We have one more fort in Barrois. Barrois? I'm never sure how to pronounce things. Why is your war score still negative? Well, I have negative 29 from battles. That's pretty much it. 8 is not enough to finish that, huh? That's fine, I'll do some of that. I could take the fleet somehow, do that. Wonder where that stack's going. Nowhere I can follow, apparently. Not until I take Paris. You know, England piecing out is kind of nice because then I don't have to give them anything. I was planning on giving them like Armagnac or one of their claims like Alencon. I'm just gonna butcher every French name. They no longer need to attach to me whatsoever. This is in the bag. The body bag. My income is now very positive. Okay, I shouldn't get too cocky yet because I don't know how big the French remaining army is. So, yeah, they got 12,000 somewhere, so they have another 8,000 roaming around. Which honestly isn't that much. Is this my siege general? No, he just died. That's a shame. No longer something to explore. Tech 9 to circumnavigate. Well, that's something I really want to do, so... How much is this going to cost? 358? That should be fine. Let's push toward that. I need some for taking land. Alright, I can be using these men to walk around and re-siege things. Or not re-siege, to loot. It's a really good way to keep your head above water when you're at war. That's a lot of income for me. That basically pays for my fleet. Oh, there's the French. Okay. Yeah, sure, just walk around down there, that's fine. Guess I probably ought to go kill him, right? What do they think they're doing? Just gonna loot over here until they decide to come back. Not sure where they're going. Oh. Woods, huh? See if I can get these guys to attach. Come back. Did you anyway go and kill Portugal or something? Yep, right after I got the Union, I went and dealt them as much of a blow as I could. Well, as was comfortable. I could have done a lot more. I plan to vassalize the Portuguese so that they'll colonize in my name. They don't seem to be doing it right now, though, which concerns me. We'll see what happens. Hello there. France with negative prestige. Let's just go all out here and remove them. Medical reforms, 5 mercantilism. Ooh, that's points. Those points are nice. But I kind of like my advisors. You don't just get mercantilism every day. Where are these Frenchmen going to walk? Okay. So, don't need these men anymore. And the rest of you will loot. That'll be enough. Furthermore, I ought to start colonizing a bit. Huh? So, what counts as La Plata? Beautiful. It's a nice low aggression piece. Should probably worry about this a little bit since my stability just dropped. How many years into this war am I? 11. My only concern now is aggressive expansion. Aragon's got a lot of men there. They can deal with it. Alright, nice colonial enthusiasm. Italian ambition. Mission succeeds if the criteria are met. Castile owns 5 provinces in the Italian region. For 10 years of trade income and advisor cost minus 10. Conquer Alentejo. Ooh, that would Be kind of nice, that manpower recovery speed. Do they have any allies? They don't. And I am capped on admin. Thank you for pointing that out. Think about that. Sweden is still in this war. Alright, let's pull this advisor. See if we can knock Sweden out, since they haven't participated whatsoever. Cool. Thanks for playing, Sweden. That brings my war score up quite a bit too. Also, with this advisor, I can look and see what my peace deal is going to look like. So, pretty important to me is end your alliance with Austria. No more of that garbage. You can keep Sweden, they just don't matter. Hey, Grugel. Okay, so this is claimed. These are both claimed by Auvergne. As are these two, I think. This is claimed by Aragon. So on top of annulling your treaties, I want all of that. That is a lot of aggressive expansion. That is more aggressive expansion than... because that could be a bad coalition right there. Maybe I forget one of these. If I ditch that, if I ditch this one, I can also humiliate him. I can do it now. It bisects France. Gives me a lot of Auvergnian land. Yeah, I don't think I can survive a massive coalition of all of Europe right now, so that's what I'll do. '57 power projection. What does humiliate do? So humiliating will give me power projection, as will taking land. So in total, I'll gain 57 power projection from this. You need 25 power projection to get an extra leader without upkeep. Just, okay bonus. 50, at 50 or above, you gain +1 of every point. Every monarch point per month. Which is pretty big. So if you can maintain 50 plus power projection, it's really good. I've honestly gotten very good at that. But yeah, this is the deal. I'll have no land for myself, which means I don't have to core anything. Oh, call for peace just started too. That's convenient. And my vassals will grow, and I'll get extra monarch points. And France is bisected, and they lose their alliance. And I've become happier. And my war exhaustion is less than 1 because of innovative. Alright, I should kill off these separatists and then begin just auto do that. Why not? Yeah, get rid of the separatists, and then I'll try to convert it. So there you have it. First war against France. When does this expire? I don't care. I'm going to integrate them as soon as possible. And they have started coring them. And for Italy and Portugal, right you are. Portugal's not colonizing, which concerns me a little bit. But as soon as I have Tangiers under control and all my... Okay, I do have my colonists going, which is why I'm now losing a lot of money. That and all the mercenaries. We'll go ahead and get another idea group. What idea group would I take? Diptych's not that important, but I think there was an idea I needed it for. Something. What did I want Diptych for? I don't think I mentioned it, but I was thinking something. Colonial range is nice, but I think that's under control. War exhaustion's like gone already. Admin for these, but I'm not going to do that anytime soon. Diptych's good for keeping Liberty Desire down. I could make my vassals make less money and give them less Liberty Desire. That sounds like a win-win for me. Sadly, my vassals haven't been making claims. Additional claims, that is. Aggressive expansion will eventually bleed off. Ah, so much prestige. It tastes so good. Okay. Why did I want dip points? This is gonna really bother me. What idea group do I take? I could take quantity, of course, because that's what you do. Defensive is kind of nice because 15% morale on top of, where is it? I thought there was something I was getting that was giving me more morale. Oh yeah, just standard Spanish ideas. If I bump stability, that'll go away. Looming disaster, is that Peasants' War? Wow, the truce with Austria is already over. Yeah, I'm going to spend a little bit of my points on stability. Get rid of the Peasants' War, I think. Less than 1. You know what, I spend enough time with low manpower that this is worth it for me. Especially if I plan to immediately go to war again. Ah, damn it. Okay, when this goes away, bleeds off 10% a month. Can start converting it, which will take a while. That's right, I wanted to... So there's still no replacement for the embassy, right? So pretty much everybody in the game now gets 1 less diplomat from mid-game on than they would have. Please tell me they're colonizing more. I really want them to be. As much of a pain as it might cause me. Portuguese natural separatists in Braganza. Braganza. This is gonna really bother me. I know I wanted the Diplo points for something. This is worth 19. Portugal's currently worth a total of 110. So if I take that and I take a couple of colonies, Morocco's kept fabricating on me. Good for them. When can you absorb Aragon? When I have tech 10... Well, as soon as I tech this up, actually. The event, or the decision, requires admin tech 10, me not to be a subject nation, me to be at peace, me to have 100 legitimacy, nothing owned by Granada, and basically for one of us to be the underling of the other, I believe. In my case, Aragon has to be under me. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do it right away. I'll take a look at Portugal's army real quick. $9,000 troops. Why am I not doing it right away? Because if I do, then I'll miss out on a lot of free cores. Free for me, anyway. So, when you press that button, as Castile, the way it's worded at least. Again, a claim on the Spanish region, I inherit Aragon. So inheriting, when you have a personal union, is basically you just get it for free. So if I get all of Aragon for free, that means I don't have to pay the diplo points to integrate them. So I don't see a whole lot of reason not to just abuse the hell out of that, make them as big as possible, and then push that button. All my other vassals and unions I'll integrate, no problem. I think he's only got the one fort in those Boa. He still has no allies. Yeah, I've never watched someone play a Castile game before, but I assume that's a common conclusion. Aragon's got claims? Oh, that's beautiful. I don't even need to take land for myself if I don't want to, but I kind of do. How long did it take me to learn this game? I don't have a good metric for that. I really like these Paradox 4X games. Like, I've put 1,000 hours into Crusader Kings 2 before I got into this real whole lot. And I've got 635 hours in EU4. So what I really appreciate about these games is that I keep learning the whole time. It doesn't just become a stale, repetitive thing. I look at it and I find something new pretty much every playthrough. Alright, let's England will help me. I'll let Aragon do the hard stuff. Thanks, buddy. I'll get that sweet, sweet loot out of it. Okay, so actually I'm going to take a expeditionary force down to Portugal Minor here. My explorer died, didn't he? That's what I wanted it for. I wanted the Diptech 9 so I could circumnavigate the globe. Okay, there it is. I was holding off on buying this because I thought I needed it for something else. Alright. That'll be another achievement down. Ooh, I know what I'll do. All mercenaries, so I can get rid of them when I'm done. Ooh. Ignacio de Loyola was born in 1491 into a Basque noble family. That doesn't look good. There is a troop. Never mind. That's fine. Oh, Morocco took this. Nice. He served as a soldier under Antonio Manrique de Lara, the Viceroy of Navarra, a kingdom that Spain had conquered in 1512, and was wounded in the Battle of Pamplona, when the French army supporting the expelled Navarrese monarchy stormed the city on May 20th, 1521. Loyola was hit by a cannonball that severely injured both his legs. During the long and painful recovery, Ignacio had read a translated version of Ludolf of Saxony's De Vita Christi, a commentary on the life of Jesus that had a great influence on Loyola. He abandoned his military life and decided to devote himself entirely to serving God. In 1534, he and 6 companions formed the Society of Jesus, commonly known as the Jesuits, devoted to opposing heresy and actively promoting the Counter-Reformation. 25 papal influence and 50 admin, and he becomes an available theologian. Nice! Oh, my vassals are landing down here. I don't even have to do it. Wait a minute. Did I just see that? My circumnavigating fleet. I thought it was taking attrition. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. They might die from this. Apparently you can't cancel that movement unless you move the boats, which automatically cancels their movement. That, I think can be considered an exploit. Ha! Let's take the cape. You'll note there's 500 natives here, but they'll never rise up because there's 0 aggressiveness. Alright, he's all tapped out. Oh, he attached to me. Onward! And stop attaching. Go do your own thing. Or maybe I will. I don't want to pay for all of you at once. I started up a little earlier than I usually do today, for a reason, and that is, I got stuff to do starting early tomorrow morning, so I'm going to go to bed fairly soon. It's 1 a.m. here. Another stability for free? I really don't like that minus tax modifier. Well, that's all I'm going to need to win this war, so let's take that. I believe I have my claim here. That's why I have them pay me. Annul your military access with France so that you can't get a better deal. Give me your money. And revoking cores no longer takes dip to do. But I want him to have that core so that when I vassalize Portugal, I can take it back in their name. What are the benefits of becoming Pope? I assume you mean the papal controller, rather than the papal state. And being papal controller gives you the following. Courier controller. Papal controller, whatever. Stability cost modifier minus 10%. And extra diplomat, yearly prestige plus 1. Advisor costs minus 20%. Possible advisors plus 2, which is really good. Technology cost minus 5%. Leaders without upkeep plus 1. And aggressive expansion impact minus 20%. Which, if you play like me, is also really good. To get that, you have to invest the papal influence in it. Which gives you a % chance to become controller on the death of the Pope. Or you can spend your papal influence on all these other bonuses. I don't get a lot of papal influence, despite my bonuses, because the papal state hates me and has rivaled me. So we'll have to take care of that. Leaders without upkeep, it refers to military leaders. So right now I have 2 leaders. I have upkeep for 3. If I go over 3, if I had 4 military leaders, I would be paying military points every month to upkeep them, just like as if I had too many diplomatic relations. What the hell's going on here? There's a French-English battle going on Poitou. Ah! Brittany is attacking France and losing. But they're attacking France. They've got England on their side. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. I hope they knock some land out of France. And I hope my vassals are continuing to make claims. Maybe Auvergne gets to stay around a little longer. Maybe. How long until I can integrate? My PU is here. 48. Over 20 more years. That kind of sucks. You know what? No, I want to feed Aragon. I just think that's more effective. So I'm going to integrate Auvergne as soon as possible so that I don't block myself from feeding Aragon up north. The other diplomat can go back to Poland to support air. On the off chance I get my achievement. Ah, I didn't core my Castilian conquest. 13 admin. Gotta love really low development plus overseas. Nice and cheap. And I'll up the autonomy because I just don't care. If I add this to my... Nobody's got power out here, do they? There's a little bit of power out here. But if I add this province to a trade company now, I still have no trade power. Okay. That's fine. I actually haven't played a whole lot with Trade companies. Let's trade goods. Trade companies. This is West African Charter. Okay. These guys can die. So I believe there's a button in the Ivory Coast trade node to start trade company. All of my provinces in the Ivory Coast go to the trade company. Alright. I like how clicking that province gave me access to their capital. What are these guys doing? Making vassals? Doing the Aztec thing? Oh, this is a good colony to have too, just because there's no one there. Good for colonial range. Good for keeping others out. So, next war with Portugal. 87% chance, 87% required to vassalize. There's a couple of countries that still have over 30 aggressive expansion with me, so I have to chill out in the European region for now. What happened to the HRE? This has been like strongly positive all game. What happened? 10 provinces in the empire under control of non-member states or subjects. I see. Hamburg's not in the empire? Oh wow. What happened there? Burgundy owns a bunch, France owns some, Milan. Oh wow. Neat. Ottomans have rivaled me. Great. Well, valiant effort. We discovered the coast of Hawaii. I believe that kills my explorer too. Let's see the explorer sailing the world. Good timing. Good timing on that. Unless you knew. Knew too much. Got all my colonies going. Everything's in order. Could make Savoy like me for some extra Diplo. But I need all my diplomats for other projects. Continue the Reconquista. That'll be pretty expensive considering Morocco is, oh, not allied with the Ottomans at least. I'm impressed that you made it all the way to Hawaii though. That's kind of cool. Ooh, settler increase. I need this. Absolutely. And as for ideas, I'm at mill 10. Seem to be on par. Well, of course I am. It's 50% ahead of time. Somebody's got Diplo Tech 11. It's kind of funny. Just cycle. Okay, let's start that integration. I'm a little worried. This is coming up a lot more frequently than it used to. These kind of subjects? Okay. Oh, I get a merchant from this. Because I have at least 50%, 51% of the province regional trade power. Because I have 100%. Because I have the only province in the region. Even though I only have 80%. Sure, game. But I get a free merchant from that for a barely starting colony, which is pretty awesome. I have no power in the Genoa node, which sucks. No, I do have land there. Where's my other merchant? Safi? It's not all that strong there. Anything else pushed to Seville? I'll have some power in Bordeaux soon. We got this pushing to Sevilla. There's not much money to be had there. There's a lot more there. So let's transfer from here. Preferably not to Carabas. Oh, Portugal, send it to Sevilla. And if I understand how that works correctly, which I'm not sure I do, I should be getting a bonus here somewhere for upstream power. From downstream, something. Yeah, plus 10% for transferring from each of those areas. So it just gives me more power here. So I got 10% tacked onto my trade power simply for doing that. And I'm up to 11.41 ducats a month out of that. It's pretty good. Right, I was checking the Brazil here. Tariffs plus 25%. Okay, so every time I bump this, they're getting more liberty desire. So I should probably be careful. They're not even making that much money, so I'm going to stop boosting that. Take my free admin points. Throw it into modern theocracy. And really think about this. Influence would be really good for me. Especially if I'm going to play the Imperial game. So would Diplomatic. I think I will go with Influence. It'll make integrating a lot cheaper soon. Ah, see, I can form Spain now. I'm going to turn off that alert because I don't want to. I don't want to accidentally hit that button. Tolerance of heretics I don't care about. None of this stuff looks particularly interesting to me. Question is, do I annex these guys now? Take 10 years? Or do I wait and try to spend 1,200 Diplo points to save about 125? I think I eat them now, because I'm going to want more diplomatic relations, and it's going to save me 1 per month after this. So yeah, let's get rid of you, Auvergne. So anything else I want to take care of before I get out of here? Colonies are doing fine. State of my alliances is okay. Aragon is not happy because they're considered a great power. Okay. Why not form Spain? I actually mentioned that earlier. If I form Spain, I inherit Aragon. If I wait to inherit Aragon, I can feed it more and get more free land. I've just got to make sure they don't rebel before then. Should also add 2. Should add 3 colonies to Brazil at some point. Should have Treaty of Tordesillas as well. Right? Do I not? Why don't I have the Treaty of Tordesillas? Huh. Alright. Maybe it requires a competitor, or maybe it's because I'm not on good terms with the Papal State. Hard to say. Good, that conversion will be done well before they rebel. Okay. I got stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm out of here for now. No promises on when I'll be back. Hopefully not as big of a gap as last time, because I actually am pretty excited about this campaign. It's been a very long time since I've played a Western power. It's kind of satisfying. So thanks for joining me. Have yourselves a good night, or day, depending on where you are. Have a good. 再见。